Never make that mistake of thinking it's too late to start. Hi guys, my name is Blessing. Let's have a fresh start. On here, I'll be teaching you a couple of things based off my experiences: how to level up financially, how to grow your business, how to get a job quicker than you imagine, how to scale up, how to negotiate, how to prepare for interviews. In everything you do, never set your goals and rely on your skills, rely on your ability. Always put God first. Back every single thing up you do with prayers and watch the results blossom. So I'll be sharing my journey because I have quite an interesting journey. Every step of the way, how I leveled up, what was the turning point for me at every step of the way. Mind you, I'm not like where I need to be, but I've come a really long way. In terms of career, in terms of finances, I've come a really long way. Hence the reason I'm sharing these experiences so that people could learn, right? I think the more you learn, the better your chances of earning. Information is always what will set you apart from someone that has money and you that don't have money. Like when you have that information and when you act on it, just being in the right space and having the right information is all you need. One of the main reasons I decided to start creating content and sharing my experience is because over time I realized that a lot of people want to get a job, but they are not employable. They lack valuable skills. I'm just here to share out so as many people that can see this, as many people that can relate to these stories, these experiences, how we can all grow together. If people can learn a thing or two from my experiences, I can't even explain networking enough. Like putting yourself out there, how it has opened so many doors for me, like so many. Like the opportunities of networking are endless. I'll give you a quick example. Okay, but before then, let me just talk about something. While I was in uni, I used to be this person that my friends would always look out for, like, you are the one that will go speak to the lecturer on our behalf. Maybe they need area of concentration, maybe to submit an assignment, like just for any single thing. And my belief right from back in the days is that the worst that could happen is you would tell me no and life will move on. And I think that's a good thing. It has helped me a lot. I always put a bet on myself and say, what is the worst that can happen? Even before I take any decision, I already envisage the worst case of that thing. And I've already moved forward from it, even when it doesn't work, even before I start. Let me share my experience of how I landed my first job. Right? I landed my first job from the comfort of my home. I was staying in Benin then. So I had just finished school and like there were no much jobs. I tried applying. The jobs I was getting were not really fitting the kind of things I want to do in my life. I didn't want such starts for my career. So I was like, okay, why not just look for jobs in Lagos? I was in Benin pitching for jobs in Lagos. I utilized LinkedIn really fast. So I went on LinkedIn. Like nobody taught me this sense. I didn't even watch YouTube videos or anything. It's just based off of curiosity. I would say based off of the leading of the Holy Spirit and based out of determination of you're tired of like, okay, just being idle. You're tired of maybe asking your parents for money. You want to level up. Do you understand that kind of push that you have within yourself? Okay, you want to succeed, right? I got my first job in Benin. The job was in Lagos. So what I did, I went on LinkedIn. I did my research. I searched for every single person that pops up as manager or CEO in Lagos in the industries I wanted. I'll do a much detailed video on that maybe in the coming series, but I'll just like to share that experience real quick. So I reached out to a couple of people with IT industry and I got response from every single one of them that was on LinkedIn. I kid you not. I got a response from them, I had interviews and I got the job. But before I got the job, it was a struggle. I had to pray. After the interview, after the first interview, you do an interview and like, this thing is like it went well, right? When you do an interview and you aced it, and you also see maybe like the disposition of the person interviewing you. The interview was virtual, it was smooth. After the interview, no feedback. I was like, what's going on? Which is something I know. I know that I didn't just have to go before the king without prayers, right? I didn't just want to just send those follow-up messages just like that. So I had to do what Esther did. I prayed like my life depended on it, because after some days I knew that there was something that I needed to do other than just, when you take a chance or something, you want to do it like, this is my only chance. I want to do it without missing. Like I'll give you an example. When you sling a shot at a bird, you know the way it lands. Like, okay, when you miss it, you know that bird is going to fly from there. That's how you need to put in prayer before you do anything. Like sending maybe a follow-up, maybe without praying and coming back later to pray, is dicey, right? Because once that person makes a decision on the spot, you may not be able to change it. At that point, your prayer may not be able to do much for you. But one thing I did was to pray like my life depended on it. And I got the job. And I traveled and I started that job. And that job was like the major change that I needed at that point in my life. I'll be sharing my journey because I have a very interesting journey. I'll tell you 3 things that will make you stand out anytime, any day. 1, have a sense of urgency for your life, right? Instead of procrastinating every single thing you want to do, just start now. Number 2, be consistent. Consistency are not just based off of your habits, but that determination is just like waking up every day and deciding to go to work. Yes, because you can wake up some days and choose not to go to work. It's a decision. So I feel consistency is those habits you do deliberately to achieve something. There's a whole lot that revolves around consistency. Whenever you're consistent doing anything, you definitely will get better at it. Think of anyone you know. In fact, think of the big people you celebrate today is as a result of consistency. If you are consistent doing anything, that is the path you have chosen. All right? So number 2 is consistency, and number 3 is bravery. I can't even imagine how much you can do by being brave, by being confident, by betting on yourself when no one else does. It's a total game changer. Setting goals isn't just about writing things down. It's about creating the roadmap to success.